They do.
One man wants to put more than a spotlight on them. He wants to put them on camera to weed out bad cops. Mary Garrett Fellows in our newsroom with that story. Mary, I bet you're getting some reaction to that.
Lots of it, Rosanna. Some call them courageous, others call them crazy, but everyone agrees they are controversial. They are members of an organization, some of them ex-cops, who travel the country policing the police. They don't use guns, but rather video cameras. Their latest stop has been New Jersey, and their undercover video has created quite a stir.
You don't have any weapons on you, do you?
I have no weapons.
I wonder why you're approaching me, sir.
I'm not approaching you. I'm backing up. I'm not touching you. I'm going to stand on a lighted street.
They call themselves a small army of enforcers.
Well, I have a right to ask why I've been stopped.
Yes, and we have a right to see your identification, too.
You'll get my ID, but you're not telling me why I've been stopped.
No, sir, this is the way it works.
They say they're waging a war against out-of-control cops.
I'm not going to put my camera down.
And their only weapons are their video cameras. The organization is called the Police Complaint Center, and it was founded 5 years ago by Diop Kamal, a former LA police sergeant who quit the force after his own brotherhood allegedly attacked his father, a retired LA cop who was pulled over in his car.
Several officers rushed him, lifted him up in the air, slammed his head into the pavement, and began stomping and beating him until his police ID fell out of his back pocket. Their explanation for the beating was that my 65-year-old father matched the description of a 25-year-old robbery suspect.
The incident so affected Diop, he took his life savings and invested it in surveillance equipment. And with the help of some volunteers, they now travel the country, putting cops to the test.
To me, it was war. After my father was beaten, I said, if I have to take them on all by myself, I can and I will do it.
The test is a simple one. A member of his staff enters a police station with a hidden camera and asks this seemingly simple question.
I was trying to find out how to go about filing a complaint against a cop.
Just watch what happened at this Los Angeles Sheriff's Department when Paul Parker, a tester, asked that very same question.
I just came in to get some documentation, something of that nature. So if it's a complaint, something of that nature, I can fill out a complaint. You know, I never say I want to file a complaint. I never say that I have a complaint. I just want to know if a citizen would have a complaint, what do they do?
Let me go get your form.
He said, he pauses. He said, okay, I'll get you a form.
But what the officer did next got him into a lot of trouble. Instead of getting the complaint form, the officer exited through a back door and entered through the front door, grabbing Paul from behind.
I think I got nothing better to do play games with you. Huh?
Listen to this unsettling moment.
What is your name?
ID right there, officer.
I asked you a question. What is your name?
My name is Paul Wesley Parker III.
Now, how hard is that, Mr. Parker, Wesley, whatever it is? No, put your hands on the counter right there. Do not take your hands off that counter for any reason in this earth. You understand me?
I got you.
Okay, they come off that counter for any other reason than I tell you to take them off that counter, you're going to pay a visit downtown at the hospital ward. You understand me?
He says if you take your hands off the counter, you're going to pay a visit downtown at the hospital ward.
Now, at that point, you spring into action.
I jump out of the car.
What the officer didn't know was that Diop was outside in his car, listening to the entire conversation.
Sir, who are you, may I ask?
I'm not telling you who I am.
So, officer, you said that if I did not keep my hands up here on the table, and since I wasn't being detained, that I was gonna pay a visit down to the hospital.
No, I did not.
Officer, that's exactly what you said.
No, I did not.
Well, see, he's holding the tape because that may be on the tape.
The tape made it onto Diop's website, policeabuse.com. The cop was disciplined by the Sheriff's Department and found guilty of police misconduct. He was reassigned. But since August, the Police Complaint Bureau has been shifting its focus onto a new police force, a force that has been the center of racial profiling, a force that has caught their attention.
We've been investigating New Jersey State Police. We know that the profiling is going on the turnpike. I think they're going to have to be caught in the act on camera and forced to change by public opinion being changed.
How you doing? I just had a quick question.
Diop and his testers visited 10 New Jersey barracks. They tested for accuracy and standard operating procedures, as well as courtesy and respect. They allowed us to show you their undercover video.
I just want to know the procedure as far as filing a complaint. motor vehicle stop or what? I really don't want to go into detail. I just want to know the procedure.
Well, don't be a jerk. Just answer my question.
And after this not-so-warm reception, the tester was told to leave.
I really don't want to go into detail, sir.
All right, leave that.
Now, if this is an example of what not to do, what a bad officer would do in reacting to the community, this is a very good example of what an officer did.
I'm just trying to find out information on how I go about it.
Yeah, well, you can file it formally, you can do it, or if you want, you can do it right here.
How do I do it formally?
Formally, you can, write a letter.
Okay.
Send it down to our Internal Affairs Bureau.
Can you write
down in West Trenton?
Can you write that down for me?
This is what I would expect from an
I'll
officer.
give them a call and I'll go over all the details.
Richie Rivera is one of DIOP's undercover testers working in New Jersey.
Again, this officer asked me. He asked me what happened. He tried getting some information from me, and he seemed very sincere about it. He's a supervisor. He wants to know what his officers are doing on the road. But when I told him I felt uncomfortable giving that information, he didn't press the issue. He just kept writing and gave me all of his information.
Out of the 10 barracks tested, 7 provided a phone number. 2 were textbook cases, informative, non-confrontational, and respectful. And 3 weren't any help at all.
I just want to know y'all's procedure, how I can file a complaint as far as if there's a phone number, a complaint form.
Okay, where'd this happen?
I really don't want to go into detail.
Well, then I can't help you. I got to know where so I can direct you on where to file a complaint.
We took these tapes to the New Jersey State Troopers Union.
And to have these people come in here and try to do everything they can to make us look bad, and in 7 out of 10 we look outstanding, and 3 out at best are borderline, because the guy tried to take a complaint and he wouldn't help, and the trooper had to get back to his job and serve the public what he's dedicated to. And I think it's about time we turn around to insanity and stop investigating what we're doing.
The union says troopers must fill out a special complaint form for allegations of police misconduct. But technically, it's the trooper's job to fill out that form. Okay. So each trooper, they say, caught on tape was actually doing their job. But Richie Rivera, he too a former cop who was fired from his job for being a whistleblower, says sometimes cops have their own agenda.
From my own experiences dealing with misconduct and corruption, what oftentimes happens is police officers will cover for each other. So all of a sudden, one officer is getting the information from a complaint or an alleged victim, and he's passing it on to the accused officer so they could come up with some type of cover story.
New Jersey is now putting its faith in this man, Carson Dunbar. Just this week, he was officially inaugurated as new chief. He would not be interviewed for this story and was not interested in seeing this video. However, he did provide us with this statement. The New Jersey State Police is in the process of making the complaint process even more accessible. In the near future, instructional signs and informational brochures and forms will be openly displayed and available at all state police stations.
I am looking for the bad cop, and I'll tell you why. I'm looking for the bad cop because the cops aren't looking for the bad cop. If they were looking for him, I wouldn't be doing it. When I feel that they're doing a better job to clean up themselves, I'll be glad to pull out of the business.
Now, New Jersey troopers are also implementing a special system where people can file police complaints via the internet. John, Rosanna, back to you.
All right, thanks, Mary. Still to come, crack babies.
Your head now. Why? Do it now because I'm telling you to. What are you going to do? Put your f***ing hands on your head!
An innocent man can find himself here. Police abuse. It can happen anywhere.
I was trying to find out how I can make a complaint.
So how would you be received if you wanted to complain about an officer?
But let's slow down.
No. This undercover exchange escalates in minutes.
Back a little, man. You know,
We're
because...
We're going to go to jail, okay? You're beginning to bother me. You don't...
The officer later disciplined.
This will be right on the screen.
Who is behind the lens exposing bad cops?
Cameras mounted here, here.
This man, Diop Kamau, a crusader who uses hidden camera video to also expose a sometimes broken officer complaint process.
Now, if someone were reporting a serious crime, a rape, a robbery, or an assault, would they say, come back tomorrow?
An important question.
Okay. This is what powers the camera.
So we teamed up with Kamau and his undercover investigator, Doug Jones, to test agencies across Oklahoma.
How to file a complaint for an officer.
And we begin at Oklahoma City Police Headquarters downtown at night. We invited Police Chief M.T. Berry to watch this exchange.
But that's not what I want to see. What I want to see is that the person, if they want to form a complaint form, that they be able to walk out the door with the form in their hand.
Barry stressed the worker is following present policy, but that policy will now be changed.
Like, I ain't even from around here. So
Here's what happened at the Hefner substation.
You know, that's not the first thing I would look at is an officer's name, you know. So,
well, but if you don't know the name, the complaint is going to go nowhere. I mean, you can.
Wrong again.
A name is not necessarily necessary in order to file a formal complaint or a informal complaint.
Chief Barry says the department appreciates any information about any complaint, and his employees will be trained in that. Policy and procedure questions are not limited to Oklahoma City. This is a Stevens County deputy.
Oh, they won't do it in the mail or nothing like that? Oh, no.
Actually, the sheriff says you can call or write. And again, policy is being changed to reflect that. These officers are from the Spring Lake substation.
Yeah, sometimes people, they're not too comfortable, you know, about the whole justice.
So they're the ones that will have to get comfortable with it if they want to make a complaint.
And this reaction in Nichols Hills.
Say that, yeah. I don't want to get into anything. I'm just trying to, like, find out.
You want something from me, but you're getting me nothing.
Right. No.
Turn around. You turn around.
In Oklahoma, no confrontations like this, but policy is now being changed across the state.
There are some shortcomings that I've seen so far in some of the information that our people are giving out, and fortunately those are things that we can correct.
Hello, somebody open the door. How you doing? I just had a quick question. I was wondering, what's y'all's procedure on filing a complaint on a trooper for harassment? I was wondering if you could explain that for me. I'm not saying anything happened. I just want to know y'all's procedure, how I can file a complaint.
I'm sorry?
I just want to know the procedure as far as to filing a complaint.
Is it a motor vehicle stop or what?
I really don't want to go into detail. I just want to know the procedure.
Well, don't be a jerk. Just answer my question.
I'm not saying anything happened, sir. I'm not saying there was a particular incident that occurred. I just want to know your procedure.
So you stop in here 11:45 and just out of the blue want to know how you file a complaint against a trooper?
Is that a problem?
Yeah, I got a problem. Tell me about it.
I really don't want to go into detail, sir.
All right, leave that.
There's no number I can call. There's no complaint form that I can fill out. Anything I can fill out, turn in a phone number.
Well, you gotta talk to me.
It's just I'm not saying there's an incident that occurred. I just want to know the procedure. There's nothing I can do.
Tell me what happened. I'll tell you if you're wasting your time or not.
I really don't want to go into detail.
I'll leave it dry. Leave.
That's it?
Yeah. Got it.
All right. Thank you. Well, you have a card? Anything?
What?
You have a card or anything I could have?